Have you ever considered that being able to do certain things with ease at 80 might mean you're aging more slowly than most? This isn't about chasing youth or trying to look younger. It's about maintaining strength, clarity, and stability in a world where many expect to decline with age. While most people believe that struggles like memory lapses, stiff joints, or needing help to stand up are inevitable as they get older, that's not necessarily true. These challenges don't have to be the norm. In this video, I'll share 7 key indicators that suggest you might be aging in reverse. These signs reflect your physical strength, balance, cognitive function, and more. And if you find you're not quite there yet, don't worry. I'll also explain why each one is important, what it tells us about your health, and how you can improve over time. So whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and want to stay strong and independent, this is for you. Stay tuned and see how many of these signs of healthy aging you already demonstrate. Sign number 1, rising from the floor without assistance. For many people over 80, the floor feels more like a hazard than a harmless place to sit. Not because getting down is difficult, but because standing back up without support feels nearly impossible. However, the ability to rise from the floor unaided is one of the clearest signs that your body is aging well. It demonstrates that your leg muscles remain strong, your core is stable, and your coordination is still intact. This seemingly simple act actually reflects the smooth cooperation of several critical systems: muscular strength, balance, brain function, and cardiovascular health. A long-term study of older adults found that those who could stand up from the floor without help had a much lower risk of dying over the next 6 years compared to those who couldn't. That's because this movement is complex. It requires your body to work in sync. When one part, like your heart, brain, or muscles, begins to decline, that coordination falters, making the task difficult or even dangerous. Take Walter, for example, an 84-year-old man who could still sit cross-legged with his great-grandkids and stand up with ease. His doctor said his muscle age was more like 65. That kind of ability isn't just good genetics. It's a reflection of how well his body had been taken care of over time. So if you can still get off the floor without using a hand, chair, or help, it's more than a neat trick. It's your body's way of telling you, I'm still going strong. Sign number 2, walking quickly without getting winded. One of the strongest signs of a youthful and well-functioning body in later years is how fast and how far you can walk without getting out of breath. Many people in their 80s walk slowly and cautiously, scanning the ground for potential tripping hazards. But when someone in their 70s or 80s can walk at a brisk pace with confidence, barely needing to catch their breath after several blocks, it speaks volumes about their health. This isn't just impressive, it's deeply informative. It suggests a strong heart, efficient lungs, and muscles that still perform well. In fact, walking speed is so closely tied to longevity that some medical experts refer to it as the 6th vital sign. One study even found that for every 0.1 meter per second increase in walking speed, the risk of death significantly decreases. Simply put, people who walk faster tend to live longer. Brisk walking isn't about putting on a show, it's a reflection of how well your heart and lungs are supplying oxygen and nutrients to your body during movement. When you can keep a strong pace without feeling exhausted, it means your blood vessels are in good shape, your lungs are functioning efficiently, and your muscles still have solid endurance. Take Leonard, for example. At 81, he walks 3 miles every morning, calling it his morning reset. He says a fast-paced walk clears his mind and energizes his body. And that's not just a feeling. Physiologically, it's accurate. So if you can pick up your walking speed without gasping for air, that's a sign your body is thriving. It's your own internal signal saying, I've still got it. And if you're enjoying these insights, feel free to comment number 2 below and subscribe so you don't miss more helpful tips like this one. Sign number 3, strong eye contact and expressive communication. One of the most overlooked signs of healthy aging, or even aging in reverse, is right there on the face. Steady eye contact, animated facial expressions, and lively expressive speech. These traits may not seem like indicators of wellness at first glance, but both science and experience say otherwise. As people age, it's common for facial expressiveness, vocal tone, and eye engagement to diminish unless they remain mentally and emotionally vibrant. When someone maintains eye contact while speaking with energy in their voice and natural movement in their expressions, it reveals more than just confidence. It signals that the brain is active, that neuromuscular control is intact, and that emotional and social awareness are still strong. These are all signs of a youthful, well-functioning nervous system. On the other hand, when older adults speak in a flat tone, avoid eye contact, or show minimal facial movement, it can be more than tiredness. It may be emotional blunting, a symptom often linked to depression or cognitive decline. There's something unmistakably youthful about someone who tells stories with enthusiasm, smiles with their eyes, or uses their voice to bring others into a moment. Leonard, 84, is a perfect example. Once a radio host, he now reads to children at his local library. His voice is dynamic, his gestures expressive, and the kids love his storytelling. His presence radiates vitality, not just because of who he is, but because of how well his mind and body still work together. So if you can still hold a gaze, speak with warmth and rhythm, and show emotion through your face and voice, it's more than just charm. It's a clear sign of preserved emotional, neurological, and muscular function. That's one more way your body might be aging more slowly than you think. Sign number 4, performing fine motor tasks with ease. You might not think much of it, but being able to button a shirt, peel an orange, or thread a needle in your 80s is a powerful indicator of healthy aging. These small, precise movements reveal that your fine motor skills are still intact, something many older adults gradually lose. What once took a few seconds can become a struggle as we age. But when your fingers still move with control and accuracy, it signals much more than just steady hands. Fine motor tasks rely on specific regions of the brain that are also involved in memory, focus, and planning. That's why difficulty with small hand movements often goes hand in hand with early signs of cognitive decline. On the other hand, being able to hold a pen without shaking, play a musical instrument, or fasten buttons smoothly shows that your brain and muscles are still in sync. Take Barbara, for example, an 82-year-old who has been knitting sweaters for her grandchildren every Christmas since the 1980s. Her hands move with rhythm and precision, creating even stitches effortlessly. She says, "When I stop knitting, I feel stiff, but once I start again, it's like my whole body wakes up." Her knitting not only keeps her dexterous, but it also helps her stay mentally sharp and emotionally balanced. If you're still tying your shoes, signing your name confidently, or flipping pancakes without missing a beat, that's more than just routine. It's a sign of preserved coordination and brain health. These seemingly simple tasks are quiet indicators that your mind and body are still working together smoothly, and that you might be aging more slowly than most. Sign number 5, staying socially curious and connected. One of the most overlooked indicators of healthy aging isn't physical, it's social. Many people in their 80s gradually begin to retreat from conversations, skip social events, or stop initiating contact with others. This withdrawal is rarely intentional. It's often the result of fatigue, difficulty hearing, or subtle signs of depression. But regardless of the cause, the outcome is the same: growing isolation and fading connections. That's why someone who still shows curiosity about others, makes plans and listens with genuine interest, stands out. Social curiosity, asking questions, sharing stories, and wanting to connect, is a clear sign that your brain and spirit are still active and engaged. It means you're not just going through the motions of life, you're reaching out, participating, and thriving. Studies have shown that people who maintain social engagement well into their 80s live longer, have better memory retention, and bounce back more quickly from illnesses. It's not just about being around others, it's about using complex brain functions like recognizing faces, interpreting emotions, and remembering details. These are some of the most advanced tasks our minds perform. Take Harold, for instance, 84 years old and still hosting a weekly coffee meetup at the local diner. He remembers names, asks about people's families, and always has a new joke ready. The staff joke that he's sharper than many people half his age. But it's not magic, it's a mental exercise. He's using his brain actively through connection, care, and conversation. So if you still enjoy chatting with friends, reaching out to people, or staying curious about others' lives, don't underestimate it. That natural urge to engage is a sign your inner world is thriving. Social energy is powerful, and maintaining it is another way your mind and body might be aging in reverse. Sign number 6, bouncing back quickly from setbacks. Resilience is a powerful trait, and one of the clearest signs of it is how quickly you recover, physically or emotionally, after a setback. For many people in their 80s, even minor disruptions like a cold, a bruise, or a restless night can throw off their routine for days or even weeks. But if you're still able to recover swiftly from illness, injury, or stress, that's more than good fortune. It's a quiet signal that your body and mind are functioning far younger than your age. Fast recovery is a strong marker of biological youth. It shows that your muscles still heal efficiently, your immune system responds and regulates well, and your nervous system doesn't remain in high alert mode for long. These are signs that your body is not stuck in a fragile state. It's still adapting, repairing, and moving forward. That kind of resilience suggests your internal systems are working like those of someone years younger. Consider Eleanor, age 82. She recently took a fall while gardening, resulting in a scraped knee and a bruised shoulder. Her daughter expected a slow recovery, but within a week, Eleanor was back in the garden, trimming roses with enthusiasm. Her physical therapist even remarked that her healing rate was closer to that of a woman in her 60s. What's her secret? She never stopped staying active, stretching regularly, eating well, and continuing to challenge herself. So if you find yourself bouncing back from illness or injury quicker than most your age, recognize it for what it is, a sign of health, strength, and a body that's aging gracefully. That recovery power isn't just a lucky break. It's the result of consistent habits, a strong mindset, and a willingness to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws your way. Final thoughts. Getting older doesn't have to mean fading into the background or losing your energy. If you saw even one of these signs in yourself today, take a moment to acknowledge it. You're not just aging well, you're surpassing expectations and showing that it's possible to age in reverse in ways many people don't realize. And if these signs don't quite apply to you yet, don't be discouraged. The great thing about healthy aging is that it's never too late to begin. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, you can start today by moving more, feeding your mind, lifting your spirits, and building better habits. The human body is always paying attention and ready to respond. Every step you take toward curiosity, connection, movement, or compassion sends a powerful message. I'm still here. I still matter. Remember, the goal isn't to rewind the clock or look like you're 40 again. It's about feeling strong, clear-headed, and steady in the life you're living now. It's about playing with your grandkids, walking up the stairs confidently, sleeping peacefully, and bouncing back from challenges. These aren't small victories. They're what real vitality feels like, no matter your age. So ask yourself this: what's one thing about you lately that makes you feel younger than your years? Is it waking up without an alarm, learning something new, or simply caring enough about your well-being to watch this video? Whatever it is, hold on to it. It's a sign that you're still thriving. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing one insight you gained and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your feedback means a lot and truly motivates us. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content to inform and inspire. We appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing you in the next video.